Here are some of the symptoms I've been navigating as I go through perimenopause: brain fog, exhaustion, joint pain, itchy ear, like weird, hair thinning, irregular cycles that are all over the place. Who knows when they're coming or when they're not? Weight gain in different areas, definitely, or weight shift to different areas. I would say that's just probably physical. There's a lot of mental changes I'm navigating as well. Things like wanting to burn down my entire world and start over, wanting to simplify in everything, wanting more from not only the people around me, but everybody that I interact with. Realizing what I have been taking for granted, what I have been, did I say brain fog? Because that's a big one. Losing your train of thought, forgetting words, feeling stupid. But yeah, no, realizing what I have been putting up with or letting happen to stay status quo, realizing what I am truly worthy of, who and what I truly value in my life, what I want my life to look like going forward. It's a huge list, right? And I feel like it is changing constantly, day to day, depending on, I definitely can get woo-woo, but depending on the astrology, depending on the cycle, the part of the cycle I'm in, that inner critic that we all have before our periods start is louder so much. Yeah, my sleep's different, my body temperature's different. It is unreal how much I am navigating. And if you're somebody else that's going through it or have gone through it, you know this as well. I'm truly thankful in this day and age that there is starting to be more and more information out there that we can find and see about women going through perimenopause. To know that even silly things like itchy ears is actually a symptom, a legitimate symptom of perimenopause. And I think before I'd been like, why is my ear itchy so much now all the time? It's really weird, right? But just knowing it's a symptom is, oh, okay, I know now. At least I know. It might still drive you crazy. And so I'm very thankful that there is more and more research coming out about perimenopause. As I go through this and working with people who are either starting to go through it or are through it, it's becoming clearer and clearer to me that this time is really our bodies and even the universe, the world, whatever, telling us that we need to change things that we have been doing or eating or saying or allowing our entire lives, and it needs to change now. It's really saying to us that we need to put ourselves on our list of things to put attention on, if not first. For many of us, as we go through perimenopause, our kids are older, so we don't need to be physically with them all the time. They don't require as much attention. Now, I have 3 teenagers. I don't know, care what you say, it's still a lot of mental attention that they require and need and that I put on them. But it's not the same as when they were little, right? I don't fear for them walking around the house and putting fingers in light sockets and all that stuff, right? They can make their own food. They can get dressed. They can do what they got to do for most part. But they still need help, mom, right? But I think all that said, I really wanted to come on here today and talk about these symptoms, because I think for so long, women, we have been gaslit by Western culture, by the masculine, by our healthcare system, that we just need to fix it or manage it and deal with it and move on. There's really no way to solve this or make it better. here are pills and prescriptions and whatever else. Go do these things and it probably won't fix everything. It'll just manage it better for you. And that is such a masculine way of doing things. Let me step back. And you might have heard this before in previous podcasts. We all have a masculine and feminine inside of us. Some of us tend to be more masculine, some of us tend to be more feminine, but we all have both. In our Western culture, the masculine, the doing, the holding of things, the container has been rewarded, right? When you think about when you went to school for doing things like your homework, like studying, like exams, like signing up for all the clubs, doing all the sports, that's what was rewarded, right? Doing well in all those things, the going, the having to do all those things to then get into a quote unquote good college and then quote unquote to get a good job, right? You had to keep all that doing going. Going back to the feminine side, the feminine is all about resting and receiving. And in the last few podcasts, one by myself, a solo episode, and one with Bird, we talked about coming back to the body and making the body safe, or checking in and seeing if you feel safe in the body. Because really, the body is the feminine. And the body is the one, as you're going through perimenopause, that is screaming at us. I really think it's screaming, at least at me, with all these symptoms of like, you got to make changes now because it will just get worse. And so I am not able to fix an itchy ear unless I can get a Q-tip. Maybe that's just what it needs. But sometimes it's not just the Q-tip that's going to work. But I am navigating this with more checking in with my body. What does my body need? And while the list of symptoms is overwhelming, I wake up every day and try to figure out how I can help my body first and foremost. Because if my body feels safe and good, most likely the mental side, the brain, the more masculine will come along and feel good too. This is for myself. I know when I've had a good workout and I've got that sweat, I'm mentally better. And I've talked about that before. And that's true for nutrition, for my sleep, etc. And I'm sure you can relate to that. So when I wake up in the morning, I do get my protein first thing. It's half a scoop in some water, and then I go work out and do my walk. I get outside before it's 1,000 degrees here in Arizona. In the morning, I wake up early so I can do all that before I start the day with kids and work and everything else. I make sure that I eat, for me, 40 grams of protein at each meal. I make sure I get a lot of fiber, lots and lots of fiber. I make sure that most meals, I'm human, I want my chocolate cake every once in a while, that my most meals are really nutritionally sound, because that for me helps everything else. I make sure, like I said, I get out and I get my walk in. I get outside, I get my sun, I get my workout in before the rest of the house is up, because for me, that works best. I make sure I take my supplements every day. And while I don't think everyone has to take supplements, I think for me in perimenopause, and maybe for a lot of you women that are going through this, we need a little extra support. And hey, I've been there. I've had to take 50 supplements. I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm saying there are a few specific ones that can help you relax more, sleep better, feel better. And so I take those without fail. Even on vacation, I pack what I think the most important ones for my body. I make sleep a priority. I go to bed early, quote unquote early, because I wake up early. I know I need sleep, and I actually feel like I need more sleep now than I ever have before. I have been a person that have been okay on little to no sleep. I never really slept in ever as a teenager. I just didn't really need it. And I prided myself on that. That was like a badge of honor. Yeah, I don't need sleep. I can just keep going. In college, you're not sleeping. When you have babies, you're not sleeping a lot. And now I'm realizing that I'm more and more sensitive to not sleeping. So, yes, sleep is a big one. I make sure that for me, journaling, getting everything out of my head because it will just spin and spin. That allows me to get into my body. And what's new and different lately is to find times and days, times throughout the day to get back into my body, to a simple check-in. How do I feel? Am I like this? Can I relax? Can I feel safe in my body? Can I trust that I am going to be okay, however that looks like for me in this moment? Can I dance? Can I talk more through my heart and my gut? Can I put my hands on my heart and my gut and kind of check in? These are things I'm practicing more and more. Rather than say, for me, a 20-minute meditation, this has become my meditation, is to really get back in the body. Because for me, a lot of meditations are mental, again, masculine. I am really good at this. I'm sure a lot of us as high functioning women, we are really good in our minds, right? But our bodies, not so much. And so tie this back to perimenopause is as you start to get more and more into your body, you can listen more and more to your body. Those kind of like intuitive hits or those gut checks of, do I need to turn left or right? Do I need to eat this or that? Do I need to go to bed now or later? Right? Does my body need a supplement? Does my body need more rest? Does my body need what? XYZ, right? And I think the more we get into our body, because our bodies are so wise. I thought for years they were just like these meat sacks we tugged along. But I'm realizing more and more and more that my body is super, super wise and yours is too. And you are worthy of putting yourself on that list, if not first. You are worthy of taking the time to find what your body needs to get back into your feminine, to rest, to receive. And I think that's one of the biggest lessons is that if I'm not open to receiving via my feminine, via my body, then no matter what I'm doing via the brain and figuring things out and the protocols, all that masculine, I won't be able to receive any of that to actually help my body. So can I relax, let go, open, and receive? This is, at least for me, incredibly hard. It's scary. It's new territory. And even though I've been working in this field for 4 or 5 years, there's still so much there that I need to work on getting or letting go more and more and more. And so I hope some of this maybe landed for you. Maybe you feel like, yes, me too, in some of these things, or maybe all of these things. I'd love to know in the comments if you're feeling like, yes, I hear you, I see you, I'm there with you. And again, I've got a free checklist if you want to know why you're so tired. It goes through a lot of these things I talked about that you can download on my site. I'll put links below. I also have a 1 hour strategy session that we can start to figure out, okay, there are some things going on. I'm not sure where to start. What can I do to help, right? And I can help you. I can help you feel so much better. All right. I think that's it for now. Have a great day.